Whoa, welcome. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble. And I do mean humble. Dino Stradavis, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Monday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at WrestleCram. Of course, this is episode. Can't be episode 8. Is it episode 8? No, it can't be episode 8. This is not episode 8. I don't forgot what episode this is. But is it episode 8? This is episode 8, you guys, of the Tag In. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart, to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. I'm humbled eyes each and every single time I'm doing this for you guys, and I thank you. I thank you so much for allowing me to do this. So, yeah, I've already put it in the community tab. It is going to be a lot of CM Punk today. A Steel, AEW stuff, some Eric Bischoff as well. So today is going to be about, of course, we're going to talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin and his little and he supports, of course, CM Punk, but we also have Eric Bischoff, who does not support CM Punk. Also, the tag in segment is going to be kind of lengthy as well. It's going to be about with Wrestle Talk, House Wrestling Observer, and House of Wrestling. We're going to talk about that, and at the very end, I'll put just a little icing on the top of the cake or whatnot about the CM Punk situation and everything that is going on with the CM Punk and AEW. Not really Warner Brothers Discovery, but really just AEW and CM Punk. We'll talk about this. Hopefully this will be one of the last things we talk about, engulfing everything that is about CM Punk, because CM Punk is just the hottest commodity on the news when we're talking about news, not wrestling. We're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about news, not the wrestling part, but the news. Like, really, we're talking about the news part. All right, so let's do some house cleaning first. Make sure that you are getting your questions in on the Axe Wrestle Cram feed over there in the community tab. You can go check that out. Also, do not forget as well, I do have a Facebook group page, It is called Wrestle Cram Super Club. Wrestle Cram Super Club. Don't forget to go check that out as well, you guys. And it is absolutely free. You do not have to have a super question or a password to get into that bad boy. You can just join and enjoy all of the news that I give out. Also, I post my videos over there as well, so you can click the link and just go directly to the Facebook page. So you have all that really cool stuff as well over there in that area. So don't forget, go and check out Wrestle Cram Super Club. Also, don't forget to get those questions in, okay? Is that it? Thursday, you will get my predictions for AEW Double or Nothing. So don't forget about that as well. What else? I think that's it. I may be missing some other stuff, but don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, for watching the show, and doing everything. Don't forget those comments. Don't forget about the comments as well. But other than that, let's talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin first. And this is from a Wrestle Talk. Don't forget to subscribe to Wrestle Talk. Support Wrestle Talk. I love Wrestle Talk as so much. Giving CM Punk absence of AEW TV in the last 9 months, there is certainly a lot of speculation surrounding Punk's wrestling future. While Punk was expected to be featured on the newest announcement, AEW Collision TV show, recent reports have painted a incredibly uncertain picture for all of the latest on the situation, all the controversy. Steve Austin, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, has revealed that he was recently in contact with Punk, but not because of anything about what has been happening. That's kind of weird. That's the weirdest thing about this, because, and when we get into the interview, it's gonna be like, what? Um, in the interview with Forbes that was released on May 20th, Austin talks about his relationship with Punk, explaining, and this is him, this is Stone Cold actually talking and getting his insight on things. Man, I just sent Punk a message last night. I didn't know he torn his tricep. I haven't been following anything. I don't know what's going on with that. Me and Phil, CM Punk, of course, trade messages every here and there. We rarely talk, probably once or twice a year. Of course, Austin continues saying, "I love the guy, and I don't even know it. I don't even know if I mentioned him, because Punk is probably a lot smarter than I am. Great. He's a great promo guy, great worker. He got his own thing going, and we're just friends." And this is him continuing as well. So I think I remember that a picture of myself and him from Chicago, my favorite town to work in, and I guess he had came down to where we were and hanging out. Maybe he looked me up back in the day, but I don't know if I so much mentioned him, because I think he paid his own dues. He learned it the way he did and got over on his own merit. The fact that maybe I could have somewhat of an influence would be flattering if that would be the case, but he did it his own. He did it his own way. That was the end of that. On Punk, a certain situation with the current situation with AEW, Austin would again retreat and has been keeping up, and admits that he has not been keeping up with the current product news. He was also said that I don't even know what's going on with the current situation, or what they're doing, because right now I rarely watch any of the product. I watch all the pay-per-views and the major pay-per-views, but he certainly carved out a hellacious career in his own right, by his own right. And all it's pretty much saying is that CM Punk he's praising CM Punk. He's done it his own way. I mean, if it was a song that CM Punk was doing, it would be the Frank Sinatra I did it my way. It would be that situation. He does say that, and here's the thing. I don't even know why they even talked to him about that, because here Stone Cold only talks to him, he said, only twice a year. So he doesn't, and on top of that, he doesn't keep up with the current wrestling stuff. If you look at Stone Cold has a million businesses, and he also just did he does a show. He just got done doing a show, what I think it's on ABC, USA, about him going and traveling around the United States doing weird stuff. So I mean, when you have something like that, when you're so engulfed into business or whatnot, I guarantee you're not looking at the dirt sheets like your boy right here in his very small apartment, and I have nothing to do after work. So my business isn't as huge as your boy Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have something called time. So I can do that. I can look at stuff like that. But he does praise CM Punk, and I still praise CM Punk for all of the things that he has accomplished in his young life. I mean, what is he, almost 40? I mean, he's done it all, pretty much done it all. So I mean, all he's just saying is that he did his own thing. I don't want to put my stamp of approval on it, because his stamp of approval has already been taken care of. and it's a smart thing to do that. I mean, Stone Cold is a very humble person. Forget the character Stone Cold. Austin is a very, very compassionate person. He's a very smart and strategic person as well. And all I can say about that is that I do thank Stone Cold for that situation and why he did talk about it, which was not a lot. I mean, it was a lot of reading, but it really wasn't a lot of substance with that situation. I just wanted to put that on there to make sure, there's more than one person that likes CM Punk or whatnot. That's what I'm trying to get at in this article, and I think I put that in as much perspective and love as I can. Now, from one person who don't like, who loves CM Punk, is another person who loathes CM Punk, and that's Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff literally called Punk worse than Hulk Hogan. This is from Cultaholic.com. Do not forget to go check out, subscribe to Cultaholic. I'm a huge fan of Cultaholic as well. CM Punk has been in the talks of the professional wrestling world for over a week. I think I've already said that. With news of the fact that the deal to bring him back from the debuting AEW Collision show that would be in the air. That could be in the air. Eric Bischoff has shared his views on CM Punk situation and has even stated that he is worse than Hulk Hogan. On Strictly Business podcast, Bischoff gave his 2 cents on the whole drama involving Punk and more. Bischoff spoke about the fact that Steele's situation should not get in the way of the new show. And this is Eric Bischoff. This is him quoting. Just because he's a confidant of CM Punk, why is he allowed to jeopardize the network premiere? He is allowed, for the premiere, I'm sorry, I had to read that again, of a brand new show. Are you effing kidding me? People say I'm just being negative when I refer to the dysfunction within the infrastructure and the business inside AEW, but this is a good example. Bischoff, of course, would go on to slam Punk for what he did at AEW All Out 2022 press conference, and went on to compare him, unfortunately, to Hulk Hogan. And this is him quoting this again. All of the hardcore wrestling fans and Punk himself is an anti-Hulk because they think he's selfish and whatnot. Punk's worse. After that, it says it's still up in the air whether CM Punk and Tony Khan will have settled on terms to bring him back for Collision, or whether plans will be thrown out of the window due to the disagreement. Here's the thing. I will say this all day, every day. CM Punk is not even close to how horrible Hulk Hogan is. I mean, Hulk Hogan had a contract, and in that contract, he had complete creative rights. That means if he didn't want to drop that belt, he would have still been champion as of right now. That's how crazy that stipulation was. So no, I will disagree with that 120%. Also, CM Punk is glad to get people over. That's his goal. His goal is to get people over. He does not want to do. He does jobs. Hulk Hogan does not do jobs. On his first day in WCW, he fought Ric Flair and won the belt on day one. So, no. Also, Hulk Hogan is a complete racist. Hulk Hogan is a complete narcissist. Hulk Hogan is a horrible person to be around. He has slept with his best friend's wife on camera. So, trust me, there's things that Hulk Hogan has done that is just the worst a person could ever do. Now I'm not going to put this all on Hulk Hogan, but the worst thing that one of the worst things Elizabeth has done was being introduced to not only Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan's ex-wife. That's one of the worst things that Elizabeth did. And it sucks. It truly sucks about everything that CM Punk is touching is turning into gold, and everything Hulk Hogan's turning to is a big turd sandwich. I mean, there's so many stories about how bad Hulk Hogan was and how he is just made into a person. He got Jesse Ventura uh, fired due to the fact that he wanted to make a union and for the wrestlers and have health insurance, but Hulk Hogan found out about it and got him fired for that situation. I mean, come on. This guy he enjoys seeing people get fired. I mean, it's just a bad person. And comparing this bad person to a person who doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything that consists of partying, now don't get me wrong. He does have his flaws. He does have his flaws. Now, and we'll talk about that later on, but comparing him to like the Antichrist would be the craziest thing to me. But I wasn't even going to talk about that. Eric Bischoff, I think you're a good guy. I think you're a good guy. I think you are. You know, I think you're just upset. I think it was you just in the moment with the situation. But if you dig a little deeper into the situation, you would know what's going on internally. And I myself, I'm looking into the tag-in part of this now. We're going to go into the Ace Steel and CM Punk issue, which is just crazy to me with this situation. This was 2 days ago. I wanted to talk about this a long time ago, but unfortunately I didn't have the soundboard. Now I have the soundboard, and now I'm gonna pull out my loudspeaker, and I'm gonna talk about it as well. This is of course from Wrestle Talk as well. Here it's just saying here's the latest, but here's the latest on the report of the issue of CM Punk and AEW regarding the current situation of Ace Steel. As it has encountered this week, CM Punk was all set to be included in the announcement of the new AEW Collision show, but was removed at the last minute. This is a PW Insider broke the story that the reason for this was that Punk and AEW were again at odds over Ace Steel. Punk reportedly wanted Ace Steel to be brought back into the company to work backstage at Collision, which Fightful Select reported was actually something mentioned by Chris Jericho in the recent Punk Con Jericho meeting. That belief is that the belief that Khan was of course told to rehire Ace Steel had nothing having him work remotely and allowing him to be brought backstage at AEW shows. There's reportedly what led to the news between Punk and AEW, as Punk wants him to be backstage. Steel was immediately, of course, Ace Steel was immediately fired by AEW after the involvement in Punk's elite backstage fight at All Out. Apparently, we're hearing that he took a big chunk out of Nick. I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's a huge craziness. Now a new report has emerged from Nick. This is the commentator Nick from the House of Wrestling. That Steel was actively rehired by AEW months ago. Steel, of course, Ace Steel has reportedly been working remotely since this point, but there was said to be an understanding that he would return to the road once Collision kicks off. But the decision was made not to do that. At that point, after Punk heard about it, there was reportedly some miscommunication between lawyers, and Punk was removed from Collision's promotion, the promotion board there. He was not on there. I think he was replaced by, I'm thinking, MJF. Um, Nick, of course, from the House of Wrestling, did add that the report that it does seem like Punk is still motivated, and the relationship between him and Tony Khan is still on sound footing. Dave Nelson in the Wrestling Observer newsletter commented on what he heard about Steele's situation. And this is Dave Nelson quoting. Nick reported that Steele was actually rehired months ago. We had that denied to us when asking several weeks back. But based on what we were told by others weeks ago, when the name Steele started surfacing, the claim has been he was hired a few weeks ago. Before that, so about 6 or 7 weeks ago would fit the table. But at the time, those close to him said that he was a closely kept secret, and he would actually return to the Collision show. Even top people in AEW at the time were unaware of this, and most still didn't know until the week when the key talent found out about 2 weeks ago. They were shocked. Pretty much everybody was shocked because nobody knew. After Punk was removed from Collision advertising, the people found out about it due to Warner Brothers Discovery mistake, where they didn't remove him from the email link. That's so silly. Warner Brothers Discovery released a statement saying Punk is not affiliated with TNT AEW Collision. I call bullshit on that. According to Meltzer, the reaction within Warner Brothers Discovery about that was that should have been said. It shouldn't have been said, and instead should have just let it play out. Warner Brothers Discovery is hoping that Punk is and AEW can get back on the same page. Tony Khan appeared on AEW Dynamite this week and announced upcoming dates and locations for Collision, but did not announce the location of the premiere on June 17th, instead saying they'll be announcing next week. The premiere was planned to be, of course, at the Allstate Arena in Chicago and based around Punk's return, but that is obviously uncertain now. So the idea seems to be that Khan was giving himself an extra week to figure out whether to commit to bringing Punk in Chicago or not. Here's the thing. I will say this, and I will say this. This is going to lead to the ending part of what I got to say, and this is just the craziest part about it. Okay, so you have a number one guy. You have a guy that has been proven to be your number one guy. You called him the plus delta. He put you on million plus views or what? I mean, just think about it. He put you on the map. What we thought was going to happen was the Elite was going to do that. We thought the Elite was going to be the group that allows AEW to flourish, but it was not. They were unproven names. Unfortunately, were unproven names. And once again, out of all of that stuff I talked about, we're still not putting the Elite in there. We're not putting the Colt Cabana in there. But they were unproven names. Yes, we did hear about the Young Bucks. We did hear about Kenny Omega. We heard about these names, but they're unproven compared to CM Punk. CM Punk is going to be a huge name even when he retires. No disrespect to the Young Bucks. No disrespect to Kenny Omega. but this name is personified in so much great wrestling, especially in the WWE, where he had the Summer of Punk, where it was just a really huge thing. He is still one of the longest reigning world champions of all time. They don't even say that, but he is one of the longest reigning champions of all time. So you have this number one guy, right? You have this number one guy, and all he wants is just one of his close friends, his trainer. Probably he's gonna write for him to be right next to him instead of being remote. Wouldn't you accommodate that? Shouldn't that be an easy thing for AEW and Tony Khan to do? Once again, in the article I just read, apparently even Chris Jericho informed in the meeting between him and Tony Khan and CM Punk, that Ace Steel would be brought back. That was the goal, for him to be brought back. So you're telling me that within that time frame, and now, which is probably what, a month, 2 months, that you forgot that you were going to bring Ace Steel back? I mean, to me, this is not making any sense. I mean, when you have a huge concert with, let's give out Beyonce, because everybody knows Beyonce. Let's bring out Beyonce, okay? And you have to cater to that top person, which is Beyonce. Beyonce probably has some really weird things that she would like. Now, once again, I don't know anything about Beyonce. I'm just talking about the show itself. Now, you do know that she is going to be the person that gives you a ton of money. So these caterings are what they have to be to a cue of what we know that Beyonce wants. Like, let's say, for instance, she wants gummy bears, and she wants all clear gummy bears in a bowl when she gets done performing. That should be the easiest thing to do. So the brand split, or the soft brand split, is supposed to have CM Punk on one side and the Elite on the other side. So if that's going to happen, then Ace Steel is not even going to be a part of Dynamite. That's pretty much what's going to happen. He's not going to be a part of Dynamite. Okay, cool. So that means he's not going to interact with the Young Bucks, correct? I mean, that's kind of how it works, right? So CM Punk is not going to be interacting with the Young Bucks, right? That's how it's supposed to be, right? So if he's not going to be interacting with anybody on that side, then wouldn't common sense tell you to go ahead and bring him in? If this is a soft brand split, which we all know it is, you're not gonna have nobody interacting, or those people. They're not even in the backstage. They're not doing anything. They're wrestlers. They're EVPs. I guarantee they have their own office somewhere, and they're gonna do their thing on that side of the brand, which is the Dynamite brand. So it makes perfect sense that you bring somebody who is a proven a ratings draw, and cater to him. You want to cater to him because, of course, we know night one is going to be huge. We know night one is going to be one of those huge spectacles it's going to be great. We know this. Especially if CM Punk is there, we know that this is going to be a huge event. I'm talking about the caliber of like SummerSlam or the Royal Rumble. We know this for a fact that AEW is going to get so many views on this very first show. But let's look at the bigger picture, which is what will happen after show one. When we're hearing that every show is not going to be live, they're going to be taped. So if they're taped, and you know that you need a face of this of the entire thing or whatnot, wouldn't CM Punk, who is already on the contract, wouldn't you think you would want him to be there? I mean, I'm just saying, wouldn't you want him to be there? We know who the face is of Raw. The face of Raw is Cody Rhodes. We know that. If you do not think Cody Rhodes is not the face of Raw, then something is wrong with you. We know who the face is of SmackDown. We know who the face of SmackDown is. The face of SmackDown is Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. We know this for a fact that he is the face of SmackDown. We know this, okay? If you don't know that, then now you know, okay? So, on Collision, a non-proven show that's going to premiere on June 17th, wouldn't you think that, and you're already talking about him, you already said that he's going to be there, why wouldn't you make him the face? Why wouldn't you put him on the poster? What is the point of not allowing this to happen? When you know, once again, you have a proven ratings tsunami. A proven ratings tsunami in CM Punk. Yes, there are some things that CM Punk should have said. Yes, I agree. CM Punk shouldn't have called, shouldn't have told them that they couldn't manage a target, which is still funny. Yes, he shouldn't have told Coke. He shouldn't have went and told Coke Cabana a life story about him and his mom. You know, all that situation. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said all of that. He shouldn't have. And I'll even go out of my way and say he shouldn't have challenged the Elite to come. Or not even the Elite. He said, if anybody has a problem with me, you know where I'm at. He shouldn't even say it that. But we know that happened over 9 months ago. Once again, I have seen people beat the crap out of one another. I used to play football. I used to run track. I've seen my teammates get into it, have hellacious fights, and we would go on that field and win a game. I've seen it, or whatnot. I've seen these things or whatnot. We have seen fights and I'm a Steeler fan. And when I tell you that year when we won the Super Bowl against the Arizona Cardinals, there were so many fights in that locker room. A ton of fights because there's so much male testosterone in there. It's wild to me that Thunder Rosa and Brett Baker, I guarantee you kiss him made up. But y'all can't do that. Y'all are still upset over something that happened almost a year ago. So, I mean, come on. This is getting to a point where I need to figure out who is going to be on. Should I re-sign these people and just re-change the name? Which there's words that may happen, you know, because I don't think Tony owns the All Elite type of thing. So just change the name of the wrestling corporation and just get rid of these 3 people, which would be a bad thing. To me, it would be a bad thing. But I mean, it's there's not an action without a reaction or whatnot. And the thing is that the number one thing that it boils down to and why we have all of this hostility is because of the Elite. It's because of them. It's because of the Wrestling Observer getting facts wrong, which we're human. We're human. So, I mean, it happens. But the thing is, that's what makes little kids and grown-ups, because we know that we have to be like, you know, yeah, I fucked up. I truly fucked up. Now it's time to get over it. And they should have been gotten over this situation, because now you have put in another show. You have another show that you have to take care of now. And we still don't know if it's going to be in Chicago because of a situation of your highest drawing wrestler wanting one person to be on the show. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar deal, and we're upset over a steal? I will say one thing about Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff is completely right when it comes to saying that there is craziness in the locker room. Not only in the locker room, but also in the offices as well. And it sucks because you have such a great product. And I truly think Tony Khan is a great person. I think he's really good. I truly think he's really good. It's just you have the situation where he's not in control of everything that he should be, and his management staff doesn't care to give him the insight on what's going on, and it sucks because if the top is not good, then everything else is going to sour on the way down. There are people in that locker room not only respect CM Punk, but adore CM Punk. That's not going to change. That's not going to change the situation. You have people that are just cannot stand CM Punk. That is not going to change as well. The purpose of what they're trying to do, and the purpose of what I'm trying to do, is understand that CM Punk is under contract. And I'll say this again, and I've said it a million times. He is a proven ratings draw. You've had the Young Bucks, you've had Kenny Omega there, and they are not doing what they're supposed to do, which is bring viewers to the product. Even Jon Moxley, who I respect as well, is not bringing eyeballs to the product. And I will say this, okay, you have the Bloodline storyline right here, you have the Bloodline, and then you have the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite. You have that storyline, which I think is a really great storyline, but it's not pulling in the views that people are thinking it should do. Now, think about it. So if that's not going to work, we need to take that and put it into something else. It makes sense to do something like that. Look, yo, we'll look into some more news or whatnot. I mean, it's truly baffling to me that we have this situation where grown ass men can't get over a simple squabble. And I think it'd be something deeper if we knew it was something deeper, but I guarantee it's not that. I don't think it's that big. CM Punk beforehand already apologized. He tried to apologize. He's trying to apologize, but yet we still have people that's like, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. Then we got a video game coming out. You pulled him from the face of the video game. You pulled him from that. How many times are you going to pull your highest drawing person from posters, from video games, from this, from that? I mean, what more do you want this to happen? It's a sucky situation. And I hate that it's that type of situation that can't be done. I mean, and it's not a Warner Brothers Discovery issue. To me, it's not a Warner Brothers Discovery issue. It's a Tony Khan and CM Punk issue. Take out the equation of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, the Elite. Take them out of that situation, right? There's an issue with Tony Khan not taking control of his company and allowing money to pour in over CM Punk. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. This has went on longer than what I thought it would be. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to go to the community tab. Get your questions in. Have a great time with that. Also, do not forget to bring in go and subscribe to the Facebook group page, the WrestleCram Super Club, WrestleCram Super Club. Don't forget about that. Go hang up, have fun over there as well. What do you think about Stone Cold? Do you think Stone Cold is a pro Punk person? I think he is. He does a great job articulating that. And what do you think about Eric Bischoff? I agree with the structure of the company. I don't agree with the situation with him comparing him to Hulk Hogan. That's that's just not good. I don't agree with that at all. Also, what do you think about the Ace Steel situation, the Collision situation, all of this stuff that's going on with the AEW management and the wrestlers, which is not even the wrestlers, it's freaking the Elite and CM Punk, these EVPs. What do you think about that? Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I will see y'all tomorrow. We do have, of course, Monday Night Raw on Tuesdays, where I will talk about that. Hopefully, we do not talk about CM Punk. I did see something about Randy Orton. We'll probably talk about Randy Orton. But I love y'all to death. I love y'all to death. Until next time. The best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Love, peace, and of course, wrestling.